doing it, if you will, please. And good Wednesday morning, guys. Welcome to GBN Live. I'm Todd Cartner, your host, and today we have with us the one and only Quadarius Grate, who is with New York Life. He's going to sit here and talk to us about some life insurance coming up. I do want to remind you guys that if you are watching on your social media channels, especially on Facebook, you have to accept the comment section where it says something about connecting with StreamYard. Make sure you click on that button so that you can get your comments on air and we can see those for you. If you have any questions for today's guest, make sure you type them in the comments and we'll try to get those on air as well. And also, we'd like to thank our sponsor, which is Grand Strand Law Group. They have offices in Myrtle Beach and North Myrtle Beach, and you can reach them at 843-492-5422. Stick around. GBN Live is next. All right, guys, welcome back to GBN Live. I'm Todd Cartner, your host, and today we have with us Quadarius Grate, also better known as Q, because some people can't say that. I probably butchered it myself.
No,
but
you do pretty well. No, it's good to be here, Todd.
Yeah, there you go. Well, we're happy to have you here. So tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, your family, that kind of stuff for us.
Okay, so I'm originally from South Carolina. I was actually born and raised in Loris, and then when I was in 5th grade, I moved down to the south end to Merle's Inlet, and I attended St. James High. Was a pretty good soccer player coming up the ranks, and I went to college in Hartsville, South Carolina, where I graduated in 2019, a month before COVID hit. And then I actually came back to Myrtle Beach, and then that's actually how I ran into New York Life. So I ran into New York Life probably 6 months after I graduated college.
Does that mean you ran into Yulitza?
Yes,
because she is New York Life, as we also.
I ran into Yulitza and Pat Piscatelli. He's our partner.
Yeah.
So yes. They taught me a lot, and they've been doing well and done well, taking me under their arms and things like that. So
yeah, well, a lot of people don't know Pat. He used to be a firefighter, and he was with City of Myrtle Beach, and I was with Horry County. So I've known Pat for many years as well. So that's awesome. First, what does it take to be a life insurance agent? You're a few years in now, but still, let's let people know what that process is.
To be a life insurance agent, you need to have patience. Be a people's person. You need to want to help people and not want to make a sale. That's what we like to do here at New York Life. We care about our policy owners more than just trying to close that deal.
Right.
We want to sit you down and make sure we set up something financially, starting from the bottom of the financial pyramid, which is protection, and making sure you're protected in every way possible. You have car insurance, you have home insurance, you have dental insurance, but why don't a lot of people have life insurance?
That's true,
and that's a big gap in a lot of people's portfolios.
Something else that I'm seeing is people even have pet insurance now.
Yes, they do.
I get it, but anyway. And so to be that insurance agent, is that a school you have to go to? I know there's a license that you have to get and maintain. Tell us a little bit about that process too.
There's a lot of training. So you have to get licensed, get your life, health, and accidental license. But with that, as soon as you get that, it's New York Life is training us. I'm 20 months in and I'm still training. With New York.
It never stops.
It never stops. You have to. It's never a bad thing to continue education.
Yeah, and part of that is because the products change a lot, so you got to do that. So I know New York Life has been in existence for over 175 years now. 176 now. Well, that's 2 years longer than I've been alive. But tell us who the company really is to you and why you chose to work with them.
New York Life, who the company is to me. So when I actually sat down with my partner, Pat Piscatelli, I didn't know very much about the company. And then he kind of sat down and talked me through the process. And I was like, whoa, like, why didn't I know about this when I was coming up in school, when I was 15, 16 years old? Because, a lot of families, this is how they start generational wealth. So it really opened my eyes, just the stories that, the unfortunate deaths and things that some people have, the way New York Life handles things. We're a big company, but we do the human thing. We want families comfortable. We don't want people suffering, things like that, because death is a tragedy to go through. So
yeah, it is so obvious with even seeing commercials and just hearing about New York Life. And of course, they've been around forever, but you can tell they really care about their clients and the community, not just even people that aren't their clients. You can tell that they really care and are a huge staple in the community, which we like. So tell us the difference a little bit, and you don't have to go into too much detail, but what's the difference between whole life, term life, and any other type of life programs? Because a lot of people, I think, miss that understanding.
Okay, so we'll start with term life. So you have a roof over your head, right?
Yeah.
Correct. Well, a lot of people rent and a lot of people own. Us younger generations, we're renting out apartments. So that's what term life is kind of like. So is the premium set for a certain amount of years, and after that, landlords like, oh, things getting expensive, I want to jack up rent. Same thing with term insurance, whatever years, 10, 20 years. After those years are over, your premium will jack up, versus a whole life policy where you're actually paying in it to own that policy, and you can pay it off in 7 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, whatever fits you. But when you pay up that whole life policy, that is your policy, just like your house. And inside that policy, that whole life policy, you're building something called a cash value, kind of like how you build equity in your home when you own it.
Man, that's why we have the pros in here, guys, because we just I didn't know that. So that's good. I hope that you guys realize that as well. So there are times that life things happen, and we do this in real estate a lot too. Life happens, then real estate happens, right? Because you go out on your own from your parents, you buy a house, or you rent a condo. You get married, you buy a house. You get divorced, you have to sell the house. Your spouse passes away, you have to sell the house, or you have to downsize. Right. You buy another one. So life happens, and then real estate happens. And that's so much the same way in life insurance or in any insurance like that, because things change. Tell us a little bit about why that's important and why, because the one thing that I think people do, and I'm guilty of this as well, and I'm sure you run into a lot of clients that are, is they buy it and forget it.
Yep.
And you can't do that. Because I heard of a story. I'm going to tell you something funny. I heard of a story recently that a guy passed away and he never took his ex-wife of 17 years off the policy, and she got all the money.
She got paid out. Yep. Yes. Yep. And honestly, I hate that happened to him. And I'm honestly say that's the agent's fault, because, you know, we're taught here at New York Life. I reach out to my clients now that I've made in the past 20 months, and hey, just to catch up on you, have any life changes, how's your wife doing? They're like, oh, actually, she's 6 months pregnant,
like, there you go. Life change. I forgot about the babies.
I got invited to a baby shower this Saturday.
Wow.
So things like that, you keep in touch with your clients. I had another client reach out to me. He's like, hey man, I just want you to know my wife is due in a couple weeks, and we'll be reaching back out to you in probably next 4 or 5 weeks for a policy for our daughter.
So the difference there is one was not proactive, one was proactive, and it makes a difference. But the agent's what keeps that glued together.
Yes, the agent, because like I said, the customer or the policy owners don't know what's really going on as much as you do about their policy. So that's why you have to stay on top of it. And like every 6 months, just do a review. It doesn't have to be an annual review, or just do a quarterly review with them. Just make sure everything's in check and everybody's on the same page, and there's no misunderstandings, because a policy that deep, 17 years in.
Oh, I know.
Right?
I know.
You know?
But she got a lot of money.
Yeah,
She
exactly.
did. We do have somebody that asked here, it doesn't say who they are, but they're watching on Facebook. It says, what kind of policy would you recommend for someone younger in his 20s asking for a friend?
Personally,
I don't know if that means they're in their 80s and trying to be in their 20s or what.
Right.
But
I mean, personally, I'm 26. Well, not yet. I'm 25, but I'm turning 26 in a couple months. And I got my first policy when I joined the business at 23, and I got a term policy on myself. And it depends on your situation, but term is more affordable, and you get more life insurance. So it's kind of like, you're paying for your buck. But the beauty of getting locked in on the term policy that young is that when he's actually able to fund a whole life policy, we can convert that term policy into whole life, and he'll actually already be locked in with his 20-year-old or 21-year-old health rating. Because I promise you, he's a lot healthier now, or she's a lot healthier now than they will be in 10 years.
Yeah. And you blame it on fast food. Skylar's watching us today. Thanks, Skylar, for joining us. And he says that's very insightful, and you're absolutely right. That's why we have the pros in here, Skylar. Q, I tell you, New York Life offers a lot more than just life insurance. And I know that those programs have grown over the years, and they continue to grow as business changes. But tell us a little bit about more those products that you guys offer.
Okay, well, we offer a lot of fixed products, with annuities, things like that. We get into the market, stock market, and things like that. But something that is really going on is actually disability month. So New York Life actually has a new product called income replacement, and that's what actually I've been focusing on a lot these past few weeks. Because a lot of people will face disability before death.
Mm-hmm.
You're disabled for death, and if you're disabled for 6 months, how's that going to affect your savings account? How's that going to affect the accumulation that you've been putting away for 10 years? How's that going to affect your pyramid? And then when you're dipping out of your retirement funds, that affects legacy. So it trickles down. It really is.
Yeah, life happens, and then insurance happens. That's right. Real estate. Deb's watching us. Thanks for joining us, Deb. And she says, great info, Q. Thank you. So we appreciate that. Keep those comments coming in. Guys, we're going to take a break. And right after the break, Q and I are going to talk a little bit about life insurance 101 and how you get started in that. And we'll be back after the break. Stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Justice Ann. I've been a canine liaison at Grand Strand Law Group for, 30 years? What's that? You don't believe me? I meant 30 dog years, of course. First rule of lawyering, read the fine print. Anywho, my humans at Grand Strand Law Group have a combined 20 years experience. I know, not as much as me, but that's in people years. So yeah, still pretty impressive. Real estate, estate planning, or probate, you need GSLG.
Grand Strand Law Group. Trust us, we have a dog.
Great Business Networking grew out of the idea that by creating lasting friendships within the community, we can make the community even better.
I was looking to network with professionals and to be able to refer my clients to somebody that I trust.
Well, it's really important to trust the members of the group because we really generate quality referrals, and to know somebody, be friends with them, and get that the qualified referral is the key to success.
It is networking, but it doesn't feel like networking, and that is important to me. I come to the meetings, I have fun, I make great connections, and I help grow my business.
GBN, these are some of the best professionals in the market, and having that resource available to me, that's priceless.
Well, GBN is a network of business professionals that build long-lasting friendships that will not only grow my business, will grow yours as well. That's what referral marketing is all about.
GBN really is the most important marketing for your business. Check us out today. All right, welcome back to GBN Live. Todd Cartner, your host here, and we have with us Quadarius Grate, who is with New York Life Insurance, and we appreciate him being here today. Guys, if you have any questions, make sure you put those in there. And we're also, let's go ahead and put up Dancing Debbie. And guys, if you will put in the hashtag GBN Rocks, there it is. Make sure you don't have any spaces in there, and we will be glad to get you into the show. And also make sure that if you're watching the show, if it says Facebook user on our side, we don't see that. So make sure you accept those terms from StreamYard so that we can see who you are to get you into the drawing for GBN Rocks. That'll be coming up here in just a minute. It's $25 gift card to Walk On. So Q, before the break, we talked about some of the products you guys have and how long New York Life's been around, that kind of stuff. Let's talk about the basics of Life Insurance 101. I'm ready to do a policy. What do I need to know before I go talk to an agent? What information do I need to be prepared with that you're going to want to know?
Okay. Pretty simple. Your driver's license and are you a nicotine user or not? That's simple.
Well, that's it?
Yes, sir.
Wow. So, our producer actually doesn't have a driver license, or she doesn't need a driver's license. So that knocks her out. But anyway, we might have to talk afterwards. But anyway, so that's all you need to do. So let's walk through the process. We sit down and we talk. I know with COVID, you're probably still doing some Zoom meetings, but more of them are back in person.
Correct. It's honestly whatever the client likes. I give them the option. Hey, if you'd like me to come, to your residence, or if you like to come to the office, I'd rather them come to the office because I have help there. Ulysses there, Pat's there, other agents are there. If I have a question, I can just pop my head into a different room and I got it right there at my fingertips. I got everything. I got all the answers.
Right. If they speak Spanish, you can bring Carlos in. Boom, you got it.
Everything's there. It really is. There's a lot of diversity in our office, and it's great.
It really is.
It really is. Even with Ulysses being from South Africa, it's great.
I've been trying to get her to go to dinner with me because one of the new servers at Walk-Ons is from South Africa. And so I'm like, the two of them need to meet so they can go, blah, 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 and make that connection. But unfortunately, she hasn't been able to do that yet. Skylar has a question. He said, can I do anything with my life insurance policy while I'm alive? Is it only for when I'm dead?
No, Skylar, you actually changing something with your life insurance policy. If you have a whole life policy, you're actually building that tax-free cash value in it. Depending on what company you're with, I will reach out to your agent and ask them, how much cash value, because you can actually cash that out and use that for your personal needs. Or you want to buy a new boat, you want to buy your kid their first car, you want to put a down payment on a new car, you do whatever you like with that cash value in it.
Yeah.
And then that your death benefit is also growing with inside your whole life policy. So it's actually, you're taking a loan against yourself first. And if you were using the bank, you have to pay the bank back. But actually, if you want to pay your life insurance policy back, you would just be paying yourself that.
Right. And that's tax deferred as well, right?
Sir, tax free.
Or tax free. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So that's
free.
That's a lot of things people don't realize. It's time for rapid fire. That's right. Q says, whoops. I guess he wasn't prepared. But these are easy. They're just 1 or 2 word answers. We just want to get to know you a little bit better. Okay. In GBN, we say no, like, and trust. That's what you got to do. And that's what we're going to do. What was your first job?
My first job, I was a busboy at Dockside in Rose Inlet.
Ooh, I love that restaurant, though. Speaking of, maybe I need to go have some seafood for lunch. Are you a night owl or an early bird?
I'm both. I'm young, so I do. I'm up at 5:30 in the gym at 6, and then I got to get in the office, and then I got extracurricular. I got a 2-year-old and things like that. I got to stay active. I'm studying for securities exam as well, so I have to do the extra hours.
Those aren't easy tests either.
No, not at all.
So, but you can do it. I know are dog or cat person?
Cat. I have a cat.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, most guys are dog people. I mean, here we go, a cat. I mean, it's like
I have a cat. Yeah, he's my buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a cat too, but my huskies like to use them as a toy. So I have the dogs too. Dark or milk chocolate?
Dark.
Yeah?
Yeah, I barely like milk as it is. I got to do.
Really?
The strawberry or chocolate can't be plain.
Really?
Yeah, man.
That's interesting. Favorite color?
Blue.
Yeah.
New York Life blue.
New York Life blue. There you go. Favorite word or phrase?
Be good or be good at it.
Ooh, I like it. I love it. Love it. Favorite movie?
My favorite movie? Probably the movie with Will Smith. It's called he's a superhero, but he has like anger problems and things. Hancock.
Oh, there you go. There you go. I'm not really a huge Will Smith fan. Or not Will Smith, Will Ferrell. Right.
Will Ferrell?
Yeah.
Like, why?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I just
stand-ups are good.
I guess. But anyway, favorite song or artist?
My favorite song or artist. My favorite artist is probably Drake.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. And my favorite song, I don't have a favorite song, man. I really couldn't even tell you.
Yeah, you're like Michelle Griffin. She likes all music.
Well, I'm like a walking iPod. Like,
oh, there you go. Well, that's her too. That's her too. She does the same thing. So, favorite vacation spot?
Mexico.
Oh, there you go.
I went to Mexico in 2021 or 2020.
Yeah,
and it was great. First time I've ever been there. I take that back. I went to Spain.
Oh, you like Spain better?
I went to Seville and Lisbon, and I think I like Lisbon, Portugal the most out of all of them.
There you go. There you go. And then favorite mobile app. One, it doesn't not GBN, but something you use regularly, a weather app or something like that. Stock market.
No, God, I don't even pay attention to it. I all that stuff is at work at the office, so I get to see it all there. But my favorite app is honestly probably the tip app. I go out to eat a lot, and I want to make sure I tip servers 20% or more.
Right.
Just especially what's
that's
going on
awesome.
Right now. But I do like the new GBN app.
There you go. There you go.
There's a lot going on in it.
So. A lot more is getting ready to go on there as soon as we update the next one. But yeah, I see Pat's joining us this morning. Thanks, Pat. And she says, good morning, and we appreciate that. Hey, the song Happy is amazing. Hey, Patricia, that's true.
Patricia, fun fact. One of my best friend's little brother just got drafted to the Buffalo Bills last week.
Wow.
He's a wide receiver.
Yeah, there you go. That's awesome. Yeah, it is draft season, isn't it? That's crazy. So, Myra has one. Do you have life insurance with living benefits?
Yes, we do, Myra. We do.
Reach out to Q and he can help you there, Myra. Thanks for the question. So since GBN is about helping you grow your business, can you talk to us about the small business benefits that New York Life offers?
Yes. So we like to tax diversification. That's what we're all about for people's portfolios. So for small business owners, they can actually get a lot of tax write-offs or tax cut, things like that, if they come and get an employee benefit, things like that. So a partner of mine, Mike Troy, he's actually very good getting out in the community and meeting out with business owners and sitting them down. Him and he looks at both.
Mm-hmm.
They've done a lot of group policies and things like that because they've actually been able to sit down with these small business owners and show them how this can promote their business, how this can keep their employees coming, how it can actually make their business grow, because employees, they want to be protected by their employer and they just want to see that their employer cares about them. And like I said, why wouldn't you want to work for an employer who wants to take care of you? Make sure your family's okay and things like that.
And, people don't realize that in business too. If you invest in your employees, then you will save money in the long run.
Yes, sir.
Because it costs a lot of money to retrain an employee.
Yep.
And I don't get that. Carlos is on here. He says Q is the best. But he can't speak Spanish, can you? Are you learning from Carlos?
We've been together since 5th grade, man. He's never even offered to help me.
Carlos, come on. Carlos is awesome too, though. So that's awesome. So anyway, last thing here before we leave, I tell you what, let's go ahead and do the GBN Rocks. So guys, make sure you've typed that in there because we're getting ready to do the drawing. Let's pull up the drawing board here, and we'll enter that up. Yep, we got 8 entries today. So we'll give it just a couple more seconds, but remember that if you are typing that hashtag GBN Rocks, you'll be entered to win a gift card from Walk-Ons, and it is a $25 gift card. And I will tell you that some of their stuff is amazing there. So we'll get those in here. So let's wrap that up. Let's go ahead and draw and see who the winner is for today. And it'll fly through everybody right quick. And our winner is Deb Zimmerman. Look at that. Deb, thank you so much for joining us today. Deb is amazing, and she is with Send Out Cards, and she'll be glad to help you on that too. So thanks for watching, Deb. We appreciate it. So, Q, the last thing we want to say here, you've been a member of GBN for several months now. So you're part of our Market Common chapter, which meets at 5 o'clock on Wednesdays over at the Mozzarella's right there off of Faro Parkway in Market Common. tell us what it means to be not only with GBN, but also with just a networking group in general. What does that mean to you?
Honestly, it's been a blessing. Honestly, the first time being in a group that wasn't sports related, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure.
So, everybody's just, they want to see you do well. So really do our best to try to hand out referrals and even kind of learn what, the other people in GBN does, because, I want to be educated, just because, sometimes I'm not going to have time to pull out the GBN app and scroll up and say, hey, this is my realtor, this is what she does.
Right.
Sometimes you just got to do it on the go and just pass that contact number.
Right.
And reach out to the GBN member that you just referred as well.
Right.
So, other than that, I've built a few relationships through one-on-ones. I enjoy it. My chapter leader, Lisa, she's awesome. She really does her best to try to keep us together. Actually just got somebody new added to the chapter. So excited to get to meet him today. So
yeah,
it's gonna be
you actually have another one coming tonight that I'm sending to you. So
yeah, okay,
that'll be good. You might be hitting that number that you need. So yeah, well, that's a good thing, because GBN is friends first and business second. We truly believe that. And guys, if you are interested in life insurance, reach out to Q. You can reach him at 843-222-9389. That's 843-222-9389. Or you can visit him on his website at newyorklife.com/agent/Q Grate. That's Grate. So Q, thanks so much for joining us. Let's see who we have up here next week. It's going to be Brenda Christ, who is with Movement Mortgage. She's down in our Goose Creek chapter, and she will be joining us live next Wednesday here as well. And guys, we appreciate you being here. We'll see you next week. If it's Wednesday, it's GBN Live. Take care.